So, everybody, welcome back to the Comeback Podcast with Shavona Graham, where we come back from the things that tried to take us out. So, last week, or the last time that we saw each other, right, I talked about all the things that got on my nerves during my cancer journey. This time, I'm going to talk about all the things that helped me because I have been running into women, not just women, people in general, rather, who are trying to figure out what they need and don't need during chemo. Now, our disclaimer: I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, nor do I claim to be. Okay. Everything that I say, you need to consult with the physician because I'm not, Dr. Graham is not me. Right. All right. So these are products that help me during chemo. So number one is a port pillow. Initially it seems very trivial, like you don't need it, but if you are the main person that drives your vehicle, it is very, it's not important, but for me, it's uncomfortable when the seatbelt is pressing up against my port. So that helps me. Liquid IVs. I know they said that you're not supposed to have a lot of them, but when you're doing chemo, you tend to get dehydrated from time to time. So that helps me out, or helped me out a lot. Protein shakes. I didn't really eat a lot during chemo, and that was mainly due to the fact that I just didn't have an appetite or wasn't in the mood for eating, or the food itself was nasty. But protein is important for the body's healing process. So I got that protein in my system, and the best way to do that was protein shakes. And that was actually advised by my surgical oncologist. The next one, water bottles, not the plastic water bottles. I really should have just put bottles. It don't have to be a Stanley. If you don't have Stanley money, that's cool, that's fine. Walmart has an equivalent. Dollar Tree has an equivalent. I think Dollar General, all of them. Just something that you can keep water in. Like I mentioned from the beginning, you're gonna need to stay hydrated. Head wraps. When you lose your hair, your head gets cold. And when you have to go out in public, I was grateful enough to get diagnosed with cancer during the summertime. So I didn't really have that except on like certain occasions. But when you're going out in public, you might not want to just have your bald head. You might not be in the mood. A head wrap, a cute head wrap is important. I don't want to be looking like I can tell your future, and I don't want to be looking like no grandma. Okay. Heartburn was a constant throughout, from chemo up until radiation. So Tums, famotidine, or omeprazole, and you can find this over the counter. You do not necessarily need a prescription for it, unless your doctor just fancy like that. Ice head wraps, and I think that's what they're called. It's like a head wrap, but you can put it in the freezer. As someone who was prone to migraines before cancer, I wish I would have known about this years ago, because I had to give up my, what do you call it, the daith piercing in my ear. So I was prone to having headaches. Ice head wraps, best friends. Scrubs. Scrubs is spelled Crubzz. I got them off of Amazon. They come in a bag, a shower, and a towel. So think of like a real thick paper towel that already has soap on it, already had, all you gotta do is wet it. And I know what you're thinking, Shavona, that's nasty. No, it's not. No, it's not. When I got my port in, they told me that I could not shower that day. And they actually didn't want me to really shower the next day. I had to clean myself some type of way. So for me, that's very effective. Also, if you're one of those people that's prone to depression, and we all know depression affects us in different ways. Okay. This is the judgment free zone. If you ever find yourself in a position where you're like, hey, I don't want to take a shower today, but you got just enough energy, get a scrubs. Okay. Imodium. Chemo diarrhea is a thing, and it will get you. I hope that it doesn't, but if it does, keep Imodium by your bedside. Mask. I know it's not 2020 anymore, and we have left the pandemic behind us. However, it is very important that you still wear your mask, because your immune system is low. And you know, all your friends, they've been out in the world. You don't want nobody bringing their germs to you. You treat yourself like a newborn baby that didn't get their shots. Wear your mask. Nystatin, I think I mentioned this before in one of the previous episodes. If you find yourself being prone to yeast infections, I would highly suggest that you get the nystatin powder. Put it wherever you get yeast infections. Some people get yeast infections in between their breasts. Some people get yeast infections, downstairs. Do whatever you need to do, but talk to your doctor first. Lounge outfits. I wasn't really in the mood to get dressed up. I wanted to be able to put something on really quick, really stylish. Shein, Amazon, Fashion Nova, Walmart, wherever you can find like a cute little 2-piece lounge set where you can go to the store, go to your doctor's appointments, come back home and just relax. Top tier. Gel Cam. GEL space KAM. That is a specific toothpaste brand that I use because while I was doing chemo, like I mentioned, the lining of my mouth was really thin. So I needed an alcohol-free toothpaste. That was the best one. Body butter or shea butter. Something about chemo, and I haven't really figured this out, made me extremely ashy. And I talked about this on my TikTok where it was like anytime I would put lotion on my skin would just all of it up. So, oh, and I also put Aquaphor on there. The body butter helped me stay moisturized. It also helped pretty much repair my skin. So everything was real nice and smooth. Throw blankets is the next one. Sometimes chemo can make you cold. Sometimes the infusion suites are cold. Sometimes, when you're going back and forth to doctor's appointments or if you're in the hospital or the emergency room, you might not want that blanket, even though they do keep their blankets in a warmer, and I love that. However, a nice plush throw blanket goes a long way. I have a plethora of throw blankets in my apartment, and I appreciate each and every person that purchased me one. Compression socks. Compression socks are important, especially after surgery. It helps with swelling. For me, it helped with some pain in my joints, mainly like my ankles and my feet. I also wore compression socks right after surgery because that was one of the things that was recommended for me to kind of help with the blood flow. I mentioned the next one is neuropathy gloves. I mentioned this before. I wasn't able to fully take advantage of the neuropathy gloves. However, if your chemo suite or infusion center or cancer center, if they offer like a freezer where you can put these in until it's time for you to do your infusion, by all means, please do it. I think that would have helped me save my nails on my hand at least. Delivery apps, Instacart, DoorDash, Uber, Postmates, all of that. All of that is really good because you don't have the energy to go out and grab food. You might not have the energy to cook. It's very beneficial. Love it. So if you don't know what to get somebody, get them like a little gift card. Or another option is called Meal Train, where like a bunch of people can pull together, like the individual that's getting surgery or treatment. They let you know what their personal favorite meals are, and then you're able to purchase off of that. Activity items is the next thing. Activity items for me was coloring books. I liked coloring before I got diagnosed with cancer, so I was able to pour back into that. Ask whoever you're caring for or thinking of buying something for, try to think of what they're interested in, whether it's coloring or games or a book, something just to get their mind away from what they're going through. Another item, Magic Swizzle. Now this has to be prescribed by your doctor. Magic Swizzle is like lidocaine. I'm not a nurse, remember that. So all I know that it is lidocaine in there. Remember I told you the lining of your mouth will be thin. So sometimes I would be prone to like not necessarily sores, but my throat would be sore. Magic Swizzle, whoever created that, God bless you. God bless you. You're going to swish it in your mouth. And you also have the ability to swallow it. Your doctor has to prescribe it. You can't just buy it off the shelf. And please, please don't Google the ingredients for Magic Swizzle. Try to buy it off the shelf and then get to mixing it yourself. You're not a pharmacist. Leave that to the people who went to school for that. Zofran. God bless Zofran. Thank you, God. Glory. Praise him. Zofran is anti-nausea medication. You put it under your tongue and it dissolves. That saved me a lot. I still use Zofran to this day. To this day. Shout out to Amanda at St. Jude. Girl, you saved the day. Ginger ale, that's another one. Ginger ale. I didn't care if it was homemade, Canada Dry, Schweppes, it didn't matter. Ginger ale got me through, okay? Sprite was quickly replaced. I am a Sprite girly. I am not a Coke girly. But ginger ale, I know what y'all are thinking. Oh, black people think ginger ale fix everything. Mind your business. Black people. Okay, if it wasn't ginger ale, it was ginger chews. Another thing was peppermints. That also helped me keep me from vomiting. And then these are some companies that helped. So I think I mentioned Aflac before. If your job offers Aflac insurance, whether it's accident insurance or cancer insurance, please take advantage of it. You already pay for your insurance. Just do that. Okay. Aflac will pay you like when you go to your regular doctor's appointments, but if you're diagnosed with cancer, they will also assist you. So, the National Breast Cancer Foundation sent me a care package. I am forever grateful for y'all. It had a lot of beautiful things in there, and I still have everything. And the American Cancer Society also sent me a package, and both the National Breast Cancer Foundation as well as the American Cancer Society, I think both of them, if I recall, have programs or like grants set up that you can apply for. And there are a bunch of different foundations and companies and nonprofits that do that. The best way to find them is, number one, get into a cancer support group, whether it's on Facebook or Reddit, Threads. If y'all hear my dog in the background, he's fine. All of those things will kind of help you get into or find who can help you. Also, ask your cancer center. Sometimes they have like financial aid available to their patients. They also partner with other foundations that help cancer patients. And I'm not just talking about breast cancer, I'm talking about cancer in general. The next company that helped me out was Knitted Knockers. So I didn't necessarily have to use Knitted Knockers, but I do appreciate them. So Knitted Knockers is I think it started as like a couple of ladies that decided to knit boobies. So crochet. They'll crochet boobs. They put the cotton in the middle and it shapes the boob. So if you have a double mastectomy or a partial mastectomy, you can just put that in the place of your bra, and you could tell them what size and they'll make it to the size, and then you can like move the cotton around a little bit and pull it back. It was really cute, and you don't have to pay anything. Everything that I'm mentioning is free, except for Aflac. You pay for that through your job. But the National Breast Cancer Foundation, the American Cancer Society, and Knitted Knockers, they all gave me stuff for free, 90 free. And if you can crochet, hit up them ladies at Knitted Knockers and get to crocheting some boobies for the ladies who ain't got no boobies. Help us out. Help a sister out. The West Cancer Foundation. I applaud the West Cancer Foundation. West Cancer Center is who did my treatment, and they are still the ones who do my mammograms. I love them deeply, each and everybody, even though, I scared some of y'all, but it's okay. It's all love. It's all love. Pink Savvy. Pink Savvy is here in Memphis. She's local. I love her. I actually got to meet her. I didn't know who she was. Girl, if you see this, I am so sorry. It's not personal. Like nobody else knows that chemo fog is a thing. But I greatly, greatly appreciate you for the basket that you brought up to the cancer center. Shout out to you. The next thing I want to talk about is where I purchased my wigs. I run into some people that ask me. Now, I told y'all, I don't know if I told y'all. I'm going to tell y'all. I did tell y'all. I'm sorry. Chemo fog is still in effect. I did not get my wigs through my insurance. I purchased my wigs myself. So Love Me Hair. Now, here's the thing with Love Me Hair, and I hope y'all watching this. Sometimes it's hit or miss. Sometimes the wigs be human. Sometimes they be a little synthetic. BGM Girl Hair is actually where I got this particular wig from. Curly Me Hair is really nice. And West Kiss, I did get a wig from them off the TikTok shop. And the only thing that I have against that wig is that it smells burnt. But other than that, it was an amazing thing. But all in all, if you're working with somebody who has cancer, or you want to know, read about the things that I list, and I'm actually going to put like each thing, I'm gonna try to, in the description so that you know where to go. Most of the stuff I got off of Amazon, and I remember, did I say that?
I did say that.
That I set up a Amazon registry, and the way that I set my Amazon registry up, and if you're looking into this can help you also. I set it up so that, number one, I could keep uploading the products that I needed or thought I needed. But if there was something that I missed or something that I didn't include, and people were able to purchase other things and it would still be sent to me, even if it wasn't on my registry. But yeah, I think that's about it. So next time, what we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about surgery. We're gonna talk about that next. I hope that this reaches someone who is receiving treatment, considering treatment, caring for someone for treatment. And I just want you to know that I'm praying for you, regardless of the type of cancer that it is. Okay. Because cancer affects everybody in every way, shape, or form. It doesn't care if you're black, white, purple, green, brown, rich, or poor. All right. So we'll see each other again. Glad we had this talk.